Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 a.m. I'm Gigi Barnett. Jim Howard's going to be joining us momentarily. He's just putting on his microphone, and we're going to talk all about this winter storm that we've been talking about the last few days. We're going to talk about the latest track, what Jim's seeing, what we can all expect starting Saturday evening into Sunday. Jim.
Yeah, hey guys, obviously lots going on this weekend. I'm kind of running around trying to get everything updated here. And no major changes to what we've been telling you. This has a lot of the earmarks of a classic North Carolina type winter event where we start with a little snow and sleet. We see a changeover. Anybody that's been here a while kind of knows the routine. A changeover to freezing rain and then to rain, and I think that's the way this is going to go, the way everything's shaping up. The big question is how much freezing rain, how much ice builds up. That's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, great. Well, why don't we just dive right into it?
Okay.
I know people are asking a lot of questions, so feel free throughout our little broadcast here, ask questions. Jim's happy to answer anything that you may have on your mind right now. So, Jim, let's get started.
Yeah, jump into the little broadcast. Let's start out with a little explainer here. Winter precipitation. This is kind of a broad brush on the setup for each type of winter weather. On the left side, just pure rain. All right, that's a column of warm air from well aloft all the way to the surface. The freezing rain occurs when the rain that is falling from the clouds, as it reaches the surface, the air temperature drops below freezing. So the rain survives the trip to the surface. It does not make that change before reaching the ground, but when it hits the ground, the sub-freezing temperature and the surfaces that are sub-freezing cause that raindrop, that moisture, to quickly freeze and build up. Freezing rain building ice accumulation. With sleet, and typically with sleet, there's a cold air aloft. You'll have snow initially. You don't see that on that graphic. Then there's a layer of warm air. The snow will melt a bit. You get a little sleet pellet. And then as it falls further down, it holds that contour generally to the surface. So a little melting and then refreezing before it fully melts away. And then pure snow, you need a cold column of air from cloud level all the way down to the ground. That will not be the setup this weekend. It will be in Virginia and Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York and New England and Michigan and a dozen plus other states. This is going to be a massive winter weather event. For us, it's ice inland to rain on the coast. All right, let me jump through the graphics here a little bit. We'll kind of get you some of the details here. And again, I think that transition line will likely set up somewhere around Highway 17, the way it looks right now. Winter storm watch still in effect. This will likely change to either a winter storm warning or winter weather advisory by the time we hit sunset today, I would think. Usually within 24 hours, you'll get the warnings and advisories from the Weather Service. So watch for that, maybe midday to sunset. I'm almost certain from I-95 westward there'll be warnings. Our county is still a question mark on exactly what we'll see depending on how the impacts shake out. We'll get those to you as soon as they come out. All right, and again, that's tomorrow now. Tomorrow late afternoon, tomorrow night into Sunday. Today we're good. The storm's building to the south. Tomorrow late afternoon, evening. You guys commenting online and anybody asking you, it's going to be a late day tomorrow arrival. Initially, I do think most of us will see at least a brief period of snow and sleet. Maybe a 1 to 3 hour period of light snow and sleet from sunset to 8, 9 p.m.-ish, it looks like right now. And again, that may shift a little bit. And then we change over to freezing rain as that warmer air builds in aloft. The freezing precipitation, the rain freezes as it reaches the surface. So the freezing rain to the west, and you can see the rain, the freezing rain line, Highway 17, give or take. If some of the model data I'm digging into this morning verifies, that rain line will continue to ease inland during the day Sunday. It may press back close to I-95 by early afternoon Sunday, and that will help a lot if it happens, if it happens. We have to assume it won't right now, and that freezing rain will continue to accumulate inland. As far as snow and sleet, the accumulations generally an inch or less from, I would say, Terrell County, Washington, Beaufort, Pitt, Greene, Lenoir, down into Duplin County. Further north, Once you get up north of Windsor into the Rocky Mount area as well, Scotland Neck, you start hitting 2-3 inches up that way, and then those numbers just go up as you get into Virginia. Traveling northbound or westbound gets extraordinarily difficult as we go through the day Saturday night, Sunday. As far as ice right now, my general thinking is a tenth to a quarter of an inch. That darker pink shading, the inland areas. Once you get over a quarter of an inch, that's where you start getting into the real problems. All right, and that looks like it'll be back towards I-95. It could be further east, depending on how long that freezing rain lasts. That's what we're watching. That's one of the big question marks with this storm. How long does the freezing rain last? How thick does the ice get? Once you get to Highway 17 eastward, you should be good. There may be a glaze to a little coating, which will create very slick surfaces, but the power outage risk goes down significantly as you get further east around the Sounds to the coast. All righty. The precip moves in after 4 p.m. tomorrow. Light sleet, snow initially, accumulations under an inch, and again, with the cold temps, there will be slick spots by dinner time Saturday. Having said that, try to have everything wrapped up by maybe 3 p.m. Saturday. Pop back over to us for a sec, Gigi. It looks like that precip may flash over much of the area almost at the same time. A lot of times it's a gradual moving in. This is more of a we're all quiet to within an hour or two we're all getting precipitation.
Okay.
So it won't be, it's starting down in Kenansville. I've got a couple of hours in Greenville. Generally it's going to pop in most areas in that 4, 5, 6, that time frame in there, that precip starts up. So keep an eye on that. And again, I mentioned that because it's going to change quickly as we get to dinner time tomorrow. And then late Saturday night, Sunday night, that change over to freezing rain inland and all rain east of Highway 17 as I generalize. Got to keep those terms fairly generic. You can't get pinpoint with these details. Watching for that potential significant ice buildup well inland, and with the ice building up, the weight of that ice taking some power lines down potentially, tree limbs catching power lines. And again, the ice line to rain line still shifting a bit. Right now, if you're headed out, got a few sprinkles on the radar, hanging around Highway 64. They actually drifted a little further north. They should dry out and ease up late morning. The clouds will be there all day. And those mid-40s ease back towards the low 50s before coming down tomorrow. I want to get you the model data real quick, and then we'll wrap up. We okay on time, Gigi?
Yeah, we've got a few minutes.
Okay. So here's today, 4 p.m., the low 50s. Let's roll into the overnight. The clouds, no precip. Tomorrow morning, going to be cold, but dry roads. You got stuff to do. Bundle up. Mid-20s, cloudy skies. Skies look ominous, but we're okay. Same thing into the afternoon. And the bulk of the data supports what I'm showing you. If it was otherwise, I'd be saying, I think something different will happen. I think what you're seeing will indeed verify. All right, 2, 3 o'clock, still good. But we're getting to that point. Once you hit 4 or 5 o'clock, the precip fills in. The blue is light snow. The pink is sleet with some freezing rain. All right, and that line will shift around. Initially, the snow to sleet, and then again, watch overnight. That transition generally to freezing rain to rain as we go through Sunday. I think there'll be more precipitation than you see on that map, more green and pink. And again, you can clearly see that transition line back to the west, hitting I-95 midday Sunday. That verifies we'll get into a pretty good place. And then Sunday night, as the front finally comes through, it looks like rain Sunday night into sunrise Monday with maybe a little mix on the backside. I'm going to jump to that 8-day. Here's your temperatures here at 51 today. And again, tomorrow, late afternoon, evening, the precip starts. Some light snow and sleet. And then the mess late Saturday night, Sunday night. Rain on the coast around the Sounds. The freezing rain inland. And again, we can't get too detail specific on exactly who sees what, but Highway 17 is my general guideline there. And then next week, everything's gone as the sun comes up Monday, the precip, but just a cold week. High struggling to ever hit 40 next week. Lows generally in the teens, 13 Monday night. Little wind, some single-digit wind chills. Thus, first alert weather night there. And a few mornings early in the week, we'll likely have some slick spots depending on how much precip we get through the weekend.
Okay, great. So overall, we're just it's better to be prepared for anything that comes. I know we're still kind of talking about shifting models, what we will be seeing, what we won't be seeing, but overall, staying prepared. Keep checking in with us here at WITN. I know all of our meteorologists, like we've been saying for the past couple of days now, they're keeping a close eye on this. There's going to be lots of coverage throughout the day today, throughout the weekend. Yep. So be sure to stay updated with us.
And again, yeah, you prep for the worst case scenario, and anything better than that, that's a bonus. So I'm thinking anybody that lives generally west of Highway 17, you prep for the possibility of losing power.
Okay. Yeah.
Flashlights, candles, make sure your medicines are up. You got dog food, cat food, those necessities for that potential. If you lose power, it may be a few days. The length of the storm, the stress, there won't be outside companies that can come in and help, which we often see.
Right.
I think all those power companies south, west, and north of us are going to be very busy with their own headaches. So this will be our problem if we get power outages, potential delays in getting the power back up.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Jim, for the update.
Yep.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Please be safe out there this weekend. Stay warm and keep in touch with WITN.
Yeah, watch all the guys. Of course, we'll have Zach in here this evening. He'll give you a full update. Charlie will be on this desk in an hour. He'll have all the latest as well. And, of course, Dustin and Russell digging into the data as we go through the weekend. So we'll keep you fully updated and ready for whatever comes our way.
All right. Well, have a great day. Stay safe.
WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.